had a rough day, I can tell.
Stinger Flynn is one of the intelligent and talking monsters from the kindergarten. It has the impressive size of the body and the scope of the tentacles, control their behavior, and has never been seen in a frank manifestation of aggression. But what kind of character is this, and why should we still stay away from him? Let's look into this. Sting seems to be neutral towards us because he never attacked. Unlike the same Banbans and Banbalina, inspire confidence in his very reasonable speeches when he warned that you should just leave. But we judge by deeds and not by words. So let's not forget that after all, Stinger Flynn tried to get rid of us by proxy. It was in the last scene of Escape from Banban, and he was upset that we were so didn't leave. After all, as he himself said, he gave us a chance. I think it is not surprising because in the kindergarten he is considered the largest and strongest. From at least the first -2 floors, Sting knows about his physical superiority and wanted to show us his greatness. Such a gesture of goodwill that we do not doubt his supremacy over the monsters. In simple words, he ordered us to leave in an amicable way. And when they ask you to leave on good terms, when something is clearly brewing on one side and third-party factors can play very well, ruin everything. But what is the Stinger brewing? What is he hiding, and why does he not want us to be here? At the last meeting, Sting admits that he was surprised how well everything is going in our favor, that in fact we are slowly but getting to our goal. But Sting, as he himself said, understood who was guiding us, and it seems that this pissed him off. Yes, Sting, I did not know that our guide smacked us in the face and took away all the cards and thinks that the Banban accompanied us from beginning to end. But don't forget that Banban sent us to finish Nabnalina and calm down the Nab spider. And judging by the fact that the Nab showed up with us after the second meeting, passed out at the same table, Sting was not satisfied with such circumstances. After all, the Nab hunted people and thus was a great obstacle to moving down the garden. And now they have been separated from Nabnalina. Well, apparently they will hunt separately again. Why is Sting so reluctant for us to get to the kids? Back to the first meeting when Sting gives us that very chance to leave. That was exactly the meeting before they kind of gave us this chance. Sting promises to tell why we don't leave this place with a baby in our arms. He plunges us into a dream and sends us to his inner world and tells about the complexities of life at the facility. Circumstances force you to do something that is not typical for you. And absolutely sincerely share with our plans for our own release into the ocean in the hope that we will be imbued with his touching story and leave this place. Of the final phrase, he points to this. Either you save a life and there is a chance that you will return the child, or nothing good will happen. For me, it's better to die in this place than just leave without finding your own child and think about it all your life. Besides, to be completely critical, Sting did not say anything specific. What exactly is happening? Why exactly does he need children and the remaining employees? Because we don't need to know the details, but the tearful stories about the plight of a mutant within the walls of the facility, Sting tried to manipulate. Although he did not succeed, and in the end we met again when we called the spiders to meet each other. So what is Sting doing, and why does he not want to give up the children? He needs them to achieve his goals. I practice the safest methods, said Sting. To be honest, this does not inspire any confidence, and even though the children trust him, judging by the notes, but when these safe methods stop working, you will most likely have to use something worse. Sounds like he keeps them in some kind of lab. But why? And what was he going to do with them to achieve his goal? Like Sting said, he'll leave one adult alive to get everyone to the surface. Perhaps Sting is the only one who knows what is wrong with the monsters, in which there is a Givanium, and is trying with all his might to fix it. Maybe he's looking for a cure for the pain, or a way to avoid becoming aggressive like most kindergarten mutants. Did it occur to you that this jellyfish in the third part of the game is still the smartest of the inhabitants of the garden? Why is Stinger Flynn as smart as it was with Banbalina's Banban and all the talking monsters in the garden? Stinger Flynn belongs to someone's genome of some employee. Apparently, the employee held a high position and was quite smart. We can say for sure that he had his own car, but we can't assume the name or at least the type of activity of the employee. But you can take a look at this rating. You still remember that according to the rating of Wyverly, it is the highest. It is not surprising because she is friends with Usman and maybe even more. It's just strange that Banbalina does not shine with intelligence. Although maybe the monster's logic is broken. But look who goes for the Wyverly. Everyone has normal names, but the tallest after her is someone HH. It's strange why the name is not written down in full. It turns out that the object it was also encrypted from the rest. This employee is 10 points behind. But remember what Banban said, the highest rated employees could come in later and finish work earlier. This means that employees stayed at work longer. Everyone hated this system and it could very well be unfair. On the one hand, it was something to strive for, but on the other hand, they process more. My words are just guesses. But what if the genome of this HH was passed on to the Stinger Flynn? By the way, maybe this employee could dislike Viverly and Usman for their relations in the team. It may be that this is reflected in the Stinger Flynn's behavior towards the Banban. Sting does not like to get his hands dirty, and we will find out at the second meeting when he says that he will not kill us. Then he won't get rid of us, won't take us away, and isn't a supporter of squandering at all. By this can mean anything from a waste of energy to unnecessary actions. But also these words do not mean that Sting will not do the above, it means that he will not do it with his own hands, more precisely with tentacles. He also utters a very interesting phrase about an old friend. But what kind of old friend can Stinger have if, as we remember, he himself appeared later than Fiddles? And his case number 13. Carefully look at the phrase they are also on the way to peace of mind. Old friend, they, the two-headed monster? Who can be a two-headed monster? Tamataki and Kamataki? This monster really has two heads and we will get to it later in this meeting. But they don't seem to be close to peace of mind given the most aggressive attack on us, and besides, Tamataki and Kamataki have more than 3 genomes. Judging by the secret room behind the pool, Stinger Flynn, and such specimens are classified and are absolutely wild. You guessed then what monster might mean? Unfortunately, I can't say because we didn't see for sure that he could have 2 faces. But not far from the place of the first meeting of Zolphius was a note from a kindergarten employee, who saw one or it seems 2 faces looking at him from the abyss. Zolphius always appears from the abyss, but for some reason alone. Once him. The face was huge in the Stinger Flynn's imaginary world. And since he is here too, maybe this is the same old friend. We learn very little about Zolphius with each chapter. But sometime we will be forced to face directly, if this is what Stinger Flynn was talking about. But if you do not take into account exactly the head, then it may well be a jester. After all, as we remember, this monster consists of 2 halves and, according to the description, also fits him. A sign at the end of chapter 3 says don't let the jester find you. And apparently for something we will be needed. Sting doesn't explain why. But this is disturbing. But we will interfere with the jellyfish itself, so he will continue to throw monsters at us and it is better to avoid him. Or not to be seen at all, although the Banban said that we could find out about the children from him, Sting would never tell us their whereabouts. And according to the words, there are a lot of Banban floors in the kindergarten. And we have to go deeper. And all this time Sting will be looking for us. After all, it is he who works with children and the remaining employees. Thank you for watching my video. Give it a like if you liked it, to promote the recommendations. I would be grateful for a subscription with a bell and a comment under the video. Good luck to you dear viewers.